Don't really need a recap for this one.
Yeah.
As this necrotic energy sieves through your body with utter turmoil and force, and your vision just fills with black blood, and you say, if you will, remember your final words.
Bite me.
You blink. And at first you're not even sure if your eyes are open, as you are met by the same blackness, but you feel yourself floating in this void. After a short while you think you are falling, although it is hard to tell when the scenery never changes, until extremely rapidly the ground appears before you and you slam into it, make dust and earth spew up slightly. As you are able to recover, you see that you are in a desert that is almost completely bare, just flat land of earth and dust. The sky you assume is night, but it has no stars, no moons, no clouds, just the empty void that you fell from. In front of you, however, stands a single carriage. It looks fancy as fuck. Velvet curtains on the windows, dolled up with gold inlay around them, premium mahogany painted a charming dark grey. By the carriage door, dressed in a three-piece dark blue suit with a top hat and tails, with a light blue ascot around his neck, and a cane with a golden falcon's head, is a skeleton. He holds up a card that he seems to summon from thin air. It reads, Sylvia Bulletfingers, I am the conductor. He flips it. You have one stop on your journey. And almost like one of those cheap magic card tricks, he twists his bones and a new card appears. Any questions? Let me send you what he looks like, and then what are you doing?
Ooh.
I'm also going to show the recording what he looks like. Ooh. The spoilers ahead as well.
Oh, he looks swagged out.
He is swagged out.
Can I say hello? Can I offer you a cigarette in this trying time?
He flips the card. I don't smoke. Have no lungs.
Ah. Yeah, it's like that, isn't it?
Every time he's just getting
Where
new
am I?
cards, by the way. You are on the journey to the afterlife.
And have there been any other Bulletfingers that you've seen come through here?
Yes.
Recently?
No.
What does recently mean for you, sir?
Time works strangely here. Although I understand the
okay.
concept above. Constantly flipping. There is not much space on these cards.
Interesting. Where am I going in the afterlife? What's it like there?
You'll find out.
And how are you doing? How's your day been?
I'm just doing. This is my job. This is what I know.
Fair enough.
But it is nice to make conversation.
How long have you been doing this?
Since I was born, if born is a word. For me.
Interesting.
Created is probably a better one.
Wow, and do you know your creator?
Velone.
Pardon?
Velone. That's the god of the underworld.
Oh. Interesting. I like your hat as well. It's very nice.
Why, thank you very much.
Where'd you get your gear from, mate? You look well swag.
This is what I've always had. This is how I've always presented.
Interesting. Can I sort of inspect around this carriage, have a little look at it?
Yeah. As you walk around, you step on across the tracks and such like that. It is just a very fancy carriage with, it has the train engine in the front as well. Decked in, it's like this obsidian black, shiny, new, like everything just looks absolutely spotless. You can peer inside as well, and the interior is gorgeous. There is blood orange velvet seats, table made from the same wood, chandeliers dotted across the roof, in the most illustrious patterns, and they have the magical enchantments that allows them to spin.
Wow, okay. Can I ask if there's a drink service on board?
There will be food provided and drinks provided.
Interesting. Okay. I'll join you, sir.
Why, thank you. And
Can I step on board and take a seat right at the back?
yep, yeah, you go and you sit right at the back. These chairs, thankfully, look comfy and are comfy. You get some chairs which are they look comfy but are horrible, or chairs that don't look comfy and then the nicest things. This is the combination of both, and it is so lovely. And after a short while, you hear the as the train begins to leave from the station, as so you could call it. You begin to stare into this monotonous horizon, as nothing really seems to change. You think time passes, but you are very unsure. It's, again, odd when just nothing ever changes. At some point, the conductor comes back, pushing a trolley made of white marble with a dinner plate on top covered by a silver dome. Then pulls out another card and reads, "Last supper requests."
Ooh, anything in the world?
Anything you wish. Any drink, any food you wish.
Oh, what about a refillable drink that I will never finish?
Of course. What,
Can I do that?
what drink would you like?
Can I have... Oh, what's a good drink to have? Final drink. Come on, Sylvia. Tell you what, let's go a bit fancy. I will have the most expensive rum in the entire world. And I would like squid and a whole lobster with garlic butter, a side of oysters, some French fries, a lemon wedge as well if you've got it. And then can I also have, I'll have a Montenegro digestive shot as well, please.
And as you say this, he pulls up the platter and it seems like the food almost spills out and lays before you, where this platter was not ready for the size that you're about to order. As the lobster, like red and cooked, looks amazing. The squid almost like hangs around it. You've got the oysters going all the way around the plate. The French fries dipping in the middle and such like that. With this giant bottle of rum that is poked right in the corner, which reads, from 2051 Z. Does that make any sense? Yeah, we'll go for it. 2051 Z. PR. The prima donna Tumius rum. What else did you order? I think I missed one thing. You got a shot in there as well.
Yeah, please.
Yes, the shot and garlic butter as well on the side, as the table sort of rolls into the side of the carriage as the trolley is just placed next to you, as cutlery is provided. And as you dig in, you don't really seem to get full, but it is the most delicious meal you have ever had. Like, everything complements each other. The rum, oh my god, the rum. You know, you have tasted so much rum in your life, from everywhere that you've been. This just lingers on your tongue and then just boils in your throat in the best way. And you don't get drunk, sadly.
What?
You keep drinking and drinking, you just don't get drunk. It seems like this food doesn't seem to fill you, but you can taste it.
Who says that? Can I say to the conductor guy, if you can't get drunk round here, what the hell do you do for fun?
I don't do fun. My role is to bring dead souls towards the afterlife.
Interesting.
I must get
Sounds
back to
pretty
maintaining
boring,
the
if you
train.
ask me.
It's fine. I don't feel many emotions.
Jesus. Can I ask if they've got any napkins about? I've kind of spilled some.
Yeah, with almost as you say, your eyes like peer down and you see there is now a napkin on your lap.
Oh, how are you doing this?
I'm a very talented sorcerer.
Interesting. And what do you know of this? Is the conductor the sorcerer?
Yes.
Oh, are you familiar with any other necrotic sorcerers, potentially in Avruumorian?
Only the ones that have passed through.
Interesting. Only because when I was up there, just out of curiosity, we had a couple of undead, and they weren't turned undead in the way that they'd been bitten or they'd passed and rose back up. It seemed that someone had cast a spell over them or something. I just wondered if maybe you had any answers before I'm to go.
Do you know their names or descriptions?
I don't think so. I know it was on a wine farm.
Do you remember the name of the wine farm?
I don't think I do, no.
Well, I can give you this. Do you think your character would genuinely remember the name, or?
I think my character might remember the name.
Yeah. Never Said Farms.
Never Said Farms.
Yeah. Well, Never Said. Yeah, it is Farms.
I'll say to the conductor, no, it's never Said Farms.
Give me 1 second. As I go through too many notes that I have. There we go. Oh, it's right next to it. No, I just lost it. No, it was right there. Fuck. This is the problem of having a 129-page Word document.
Oh.
Okay, here we go. Yes, they all came at the same time. It was slightly sad bringing the 2 children through. They all seemed quite shocked.
Yeah. I remember there was a painting. We managed to communicate with one of the undead, and she was painting this painting, and it was a real bleak painting. She was sort of trying to picture this like dark, black, sort of smoky figure. Is that anything that you'd recognise?
With that description, it could be many things, I'm afraid. But nothing that has passed through here.
Interesting.
Very sorry I couldn't be of any more help. But also, I don't know how much help you will be towards your friends now, unfortunately.
No, that's true. Just for my own curiosities, I guess.
I'm afraid
So all came through at the same time.
Well, as time works differently here, I take everyone one by one, but they all came down at the same time, yes.
Oh, Gosh, that's sad.
It was
And
odd
this-
how it was
it's-
exactly the same time.
Sorry, go on.
It was odd how it was exactly the same time.
Interesting. And this creature, it was sort of almost like black veins, and it had these deep purpley red glowing eyes. Do I still have my my backpack with me at this point?
You do. You are wearing your clothes and your inventory. But it... Well, what are you trying to get?
I was wondering if I could use some of my artistic capabilities to draw a sort of rendition of what this woman was drawing when the undead.
Yeah, absolutely. I would need you to roll a performance check.
Yes, and that's just D20?
That is
Any
a
modifiers?
D20 plus whatever your performance is, which is a +4 for you.
Hey, alright. Roll. 19.
19. That is very good. 15 plus 4. Yeah, you are able to do quite a good copy from memory of what you can remember. Great description of this very spooky, weird figure. As you present it to the conductor, he looks at it and brings out another card. I have never seen a creature like this before.
Interesting. Gosh, it's just the undead. They were still sort of conscious, and they were saying that was all that they could see. So, if you've brought them through here, how many did you bring through here, if you don't mind me asking?
4. Wait, I've literally written down the numbers. There were 22 that came down here. There were 22 that came down here. Some which went where you were going, and some which were taken by Perpetual. Some which were taken by Binus.
And where do they go?
Well,
The ones that aren't going.
There are the Obsidian Fields, which is where you are going, I'm afraid. The Fields of Light. And Perpetual has her own little garden in the Fields of Light for children that die before their time.
Oh, so at least the children were going to a good place.
Yeah. It's a nice small job that she has.
And the others?
The others, some came here and some went up. So it seems odd that you talk to them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They seemed quite almost still human, still sentient, still in there. It's just their bodies were decaying and they couldn't control themselves, some of their urges, and we were quite shocked to see that one of them was painting.
Maybe it was but a fragment of their
sorry,
soul.
go on.
Maybe it was but a fragment of their soul. Just a little bit left of their consciousness. Still clinging on. But the majority of them definitely had deceased.
Interesting.
That's why you somehow
think-
brought the person back for a moment, which would be quite weird.
Oh, peculiar. Indeed. Very, very strange. And, oh gosh, you haven't seemed to, you didn't take, I have a friend called Aspen, and I know that they lost a loved one. I was wondering if you knew where you'd taken their relative.
You might have to be more specific. Do you remember Aspen's surname? We have a few Aspens that come down here.
Oh, forgotten.
You probably know Aspen's surname. Well, actually, it depends on what Constantine decides. Because he's currently got
Aspen
Schwarzfeld.
Schwarzfeld.
Yes, but he might change it. But yes, we'll go with that. Ooh, yeah. Okay, you're gonna find out something. No. Roll a persuasion check to see if you find out something.
Okay.
You do have high persuasion, though.
Okay, right. Ah, shit.
Do you still have inspiration? Or do you do not, unfortunately, have inspiration?
I don't think I've got inspiration.
Damn it. There are some checks that I want to succeed as well, but no, unfortunately.
Damn.
Aspen's mother and father and sister passed through here. They all went to Binus.
And can I do a deception check on that?
You can do an insight. That's insight.
Oh, inside check.
Yep.
Okay, right. Ah, not great. 11.
It's hard to read, but you definitely feel like he's concealing some sort of information with one of the family members.
Oh, this is annoying because I can't flirt with him.
You could.
It isn't. Okay.
You could try flirting with a skeleton.
I mean, I've probably done worse, haven't I? In real life. Okay, yeah. Can I approach the skeleton and say, listen, I know you don't feel a lot of pleasure in these places and that this is just your life. So is there anything that I can do that will make this life or unlife of yours any easier while batting my eyelashes and pulling down my shirt a bit?
You can roll a persuasion check, but this is going to be a very hard DC.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not everyone is heterosexual.
Well, 19 plus persuasion
19!
4, so 23.
23! That is a very kind offer, Sylvia. But I do not partake in any sexual activities. However...
Can I say, how dare you? I was offering you maybe a shoulder to cry on or an acquaintance to talk to. You think so lowly of me.
Oh, my sincerest apologies, I think. I was going to say, because it is rather nice to have a conversation. Most people just sit down and consume their meals. Aspen's brother did come down here for a moment before, after a while or a short while, again, time is sometimes confusing down here, he went up.
And when you say up, back to Avruumorian or back up to...
He was dead, and then he was revived.
Wow. Interesting.
It happens.
Do you know how he was revived?
Well, it happens on an occasion. Rarely, but some clerics come and save them, or powerful beings. This being reached a tentacle down with suckers in it. The suckers had yellow eyes within them, and reached down and picked him back up. You obviously know who this is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can I say to her, I'm familiar with those suckers. I've been there myself. Not revived, but I've met with that being before.
Well, maybe he'll come and help you again.
Maybe. I'd hope so. We'll have to wait and see, won't we?
We will. Anyway, I have to get back to the front.
No worries.
Hope you enjoy the rest of your meal.
I'll light up a cigarette and sort of slowly smoke it and ponder.
Yeah.
I'll sort of give him a wave and say, cheerio, mate.
Sort of roll down the window just a little bit to let the smoke out. The skeleton the conductor sort of just almost, you can see his bones just like twinge down and then back up again. It's like a small wave. So the smoke actually is able to curl around and almost like you can sit back and imagine and just like make small, as kids where you look at clouds and just see like dinosaurs or clowns or something, you're able to make that to pass the time. But after a short while, or a long while, the train stops and the scenery changes once more, as coming up outside your window is a quaint little house, which, if possible, I would love if you could describe it as you come up to the house which you grew up in with your dad.
Oh my gosh. So, this house, it was destroyed when my father first got it. It was a bit of a ruin, bit of a wreck. And so, a lot of it's these sort of big, large stones that have been sort of mismatched together, all different colours. And then filling in the cracks is like this white sort of tar, almost like white cement that's filled them all in. It's got kind of an acid wash to one side where sometimes the rain would sort of hit against it, and sometimes the tide would come up against the side of the harbour and sort of wash it. And it's got a lovely red door with a big brass knocker on the top of it, and the handle's worn. It's worn almost to the exact shape of my father's hand, where he'd been in and out so many times. And out the front are still a pair of his old dirty boots, absolutely soaked still. You can see it on them, and the soles are sort of wearing off, but he'd always sworn by them. They're tied together with rope, a little bit of string. And then right on the top, on one of them, there's a sort of Juliet-style balcony that's been put together, but with old bits of driftwood and really terribly nailed together. And then there's some more sort of buoys out the front as well that my father had sort of found tangled. And then right on the side, there's a little welcome home sign. And that's what the outside looks like. And there's all the tiles on the roof. Some are sort of fallen off and some of them are all cracked. But it's this dark slate.
That's cute as hell. It does have like this really comforting, warm feeling inside. As you see, it's been years since you saw this place. And the conductor appears once more, and another card appears, and he said, "This is your one stop. Please step inside."
Can I say thank you? Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I hope you travel safe.
You'll be coming back to this train after.
Okay, well, I will see you later.
Amazing. So I'm assuming you step inside.
Yes.
And again, if possible, I would love you to describe the inside of your humble abode, specifically the kitchen, where you listen to all these wondrous stories from your dad.
Yeah, so when you step inside, it's quite sort of open plan. So you've got the kitchen that's on one side, and you've got all of these sort of rusty pots and pans that are hanging just above a sort of rescued stove, and you can tell that it's been taken from a scrap heap and upholstered a bit. And then everything in there is made from driftwood. When you look to the left, that's where you see the sort of main kitchen area. There's a big island in the middle that's been made from this rugged wood. And then there's the kitchen and the sink that are backed against the wall. And then above the sink is a window that would typically look out onto the harbour. And then when you go, if you turn to the right when you came out of the door, there's just a big wooden table with 2 chairs. And it's funny because this is a really big table. It looks like it's almost been stolen from some grandeur house, but it's really quite mouldy and scratched up. But both the 2 chairs, because there's only 2 chairs on it, they are right next to each other. One that's at the head of the table and one that's on its right. And underneath that is an old mat that's made from rope. And then in the corner of the room is a wicker chair with a picture of my mother next to it, and a Bible, which looks pretty much untouched. I think it was a moment of my father's desperation to find some kind of religion.
Amazing. I think I just have 2 small corrections is the wrong word, but correction for one thing. Bible is an interesting. Christianity doesn't exist, but you could have obviously a religious book.
Yes.
But I will say, the wicker chair, there is not a painting of your mother on it. Instead, there is a woman who is sitting on that chair, and she is beautiful and curvaceous like yourself, and a tiefling with slightly deeper shade of blue skin than yours. And as you look into her eyes, it is like you are looking into the eyes of the same person. The eyes are exactly the same. Although you have never met this woman, obviously she has never met you, there is a light bulb moment for you as you realise that this is your mother, Emmeline, and she realises that this is her daughter, all grown up. What are you doing as she is clambering, stumbling out of her seat with her arms outstretched, going for a hug? And this is her, by the way.
Oh my god. I don't even... I start to sort of stammer, and I put my hands behind my back and I sort of back slowly against a wall. And I can't really get anything out word-wise because I'm so shocked and I don't really know what to say. And then eventually I sort of managed to croak out when I'm fully back against the wall. Sort of, Mum?
Sylvia! And she is rushing to you and just hugs you. And just fully, it's too tight, but it's a hug of just, she never wants to let go. And after you don't know how long, it could be an hour, it could be 10 seconds, she just briefly lets go just to see your face as you see hers. And she smiles. I never thought I would see you. You are so beautiful, dare I say.
Mum, what happened to you? I don't know what happened to Dad, and I went looking, and I bumped into this lady.
Why are you here? This is too soon for you, my darling. This is too soon.
How did you get here? Why weren't you there? Why weren't you in my life? What happened to you?
I'm sorry. You know what I do. I'm not proud of it, but it's the way that we have to make money, and when you get involved with the wrong people, and yeah, I don't want to get into more details than it. I just want to spend... I'm sorry, I died when you were 2. I wish I could have been there.
I know, Mum. I don't hate you for it. I just spent all of my life not knowing anything. Dad wouldn't say anything. I just can't believe that you're here. I just want to know was it this old woman told me it was debt collectors. I did exactly what you did, Mum.
Oh.
I went looking for Dad, and I worked with the people that you used to work with, and
Sylvie.
it wasn't a good life.
No, that's not what I wanted from you. I understand. I obviously understand, but you can do so much better. You know you can.
You don't get it, Mum. Dad went missing. I had nothing. I waited every day for 3 months. Couldn't find him. I had no idea where he was, and the only person I could trust, I was looking for a mum figure because she weren't there, and I found this old lady. She said she knew you, and I ended up doing what you did, and I was so sorry for you because it was awful.
My darling, I understand more than I think you know. I understand the desperation of feeling so alone and just needing someone to be here with you, with me. I didn't know that Arnold was missing. God. This is awful.
Mum, I need you to tell me one thing, please, before I just start crying.
She's already crying.
Yeah. That old lady who said that she knew you, did she? Because I did some bad things, and she deserved it, don't get me wrong, but I might have sent her here.
She can't help but smile just a little bit. Look, this world is cruel. And this world has secrets beyond what we can ever know, I think. You know, I get little tidbits being down here. We occasionally see something that I could not imagine seeing that in Avruumoria, but sometimes when you are forced into a position and there is nothing you can do, it's what you have to do, right?
I know. Thank you.
And it sucks. But yeah, you have to do it. I'm sorry that you had to do it. But I'm also so proud of you for doing it, because as heinous of an action as it is, do you know how much balls you have to do to actually stand up to someone like that? I mean, I couldn't. I don't know where you got it from.
Oh, Mum. I wish you had. I wish you were still here.
Well, you're here now.
Oh. I am. I am here now. How long have I got with you?
I don't know. It's just... Let's not think about that. Let's just spend the time that we have now. Right?
Okay. Do you want a cup of tea? Can you make tea here? Is that even a thing?
Probably, yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. So what is it you're doing? What is it you did? I guess.
Oh, man, it was awful. Well, I got convinced by this woman that she'd known you, and that if I wanted to find Dad, she was going to go around. It was all of the team that you used to work with, I guess. Some new, some old. They were all being hired on this expedition, and this old lady had said to me that we'd go around all the ports. I'd get to ask some questions and make some money so that, we could put some food on the table for when I found Dad, or we could, buy our way home. It was all lies. And I believed it. Like an idiot. And
I did too.
we went. Sorry, go on, man.
No, I just, she promised me that the money that I would get would take care of you and be enough that eventually I could retire, and that I would sail across the seas and see the most amazing creatures and meet the most amazing people. We all fall for the same thing. Where do you think you got it from?
Oh yeah, it must be genetic, mustn't it? Yeah, just a belief in things that are too good to be true, I guess. But I think you'll be proud of me. I may or may not have killed her in a very brutal way.
She deserved it. I don't condone murder, but I think I was murdered. It's weird trying to remember your death.
Yeah, I get that. I understand. But you've been here a long time.
Yeah. I've been mostly in the Obsidian Fields. I got ushered by the conductor that apparently I was to meet someone. That's why I'm here, but otherwise it's just working the fields. It's not the nicest place.
How did you get yourself down here? You should be in a nice place.
I would have hoped so, but apparently prostitution and there was the drugs and such like that. Apparently it's frowned upon, but I think it's unfair. It's not looking at the bigger picture, it's just taking things out of context. But I can't argue with gods, can I?
Oh, well, trust me, I've been arguing with gods all my life.
Yeah.
Begging for you back.
Never listen.
No, they never do.
It's weird.
I think the tea's ready.
Oh.
How do you take it?
2 sugars and some milk, if possible.
Oh, I'll have a look, see what's in there.
I'm a little sweet. Yeah, everything is provided. Like, you can basically imagine something and it's there.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, I'm making the tea, and then we go and sit down. And we sit down at the table. And I'll say, what was your life like before all of this?
It's weird, the idea of life, especially when it feels like the choices that you make are choices out of desperation and not choices that you feel like you want to make.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if I ever really had a life until I met Arnold and had you. But those brief years, it was just moments that I could spend with you and spend with him when I could choose to spend time. It was so wonderful. I still remember when you first walked. I still remember when your horns started growing through.
Oh, can I lean over and give her a hug?
Of course. She pats you on the head slightly and just almost Gives you some head scratches through your hair.
Oh, Mum. Oh, I just can't believe this is it now.
It's too soon for you. I mean, how old must you be now? 20 something, right? Sorry, it's again, time is weird.
Yeah, 20 something. But don't focus on that, Mum. I had a good life. Dad always took care of me, and I've seen a lot, and I even made some friends. I was never very good at that.
Oh, what friends?
I had a bit of I nearly came here once before, and I met someone called Aspen Schwarzwald, and he helped me recover, and then we were going wandering. We met some people at this market square, and we all sort of formed a little group, did some deals, caught some undead, that like zombie kind of things, and made some money together. And
Spooky.
it turns out I've been being friends with a dragonborn and
a dragonborn.
Royal. I know. He's very cowardly, though, I will say that.
Is he tall?
Yeah. Oh, he's about 7 foot tall, yeah.
Ooh. A dragonborn. Whoa.
I know. So yeah, I've been knocking around with a wood elf and a dragonborn and
Any boyfriends?
Pardon?
Any boyfriends? Girlfriends?
Well, I don't know about that. I did have a little like for someone, but I don't think they swing that way.
Oh.
Yeah. But I never needed it. Dad loved me enough, and I was always busy, and it's always nice to stay single, isn't it? Sometimes.
Yeah, then you get choices, but when you find the people that you want, when you choose the people that you want, this is the thing, you can stumble onto people, but then you get to choose whether you want to be around them. And they sound wonderful. They sound weird.
Yeah, they're all so weird. But yeah.
And her face almost immediately goes to sadness again.
No, they're very weird, but hopefully I've bought them some time. They were in a bit of a struggle. I'm glad I'm down here, Mum, because things are happening upstairs that aren't exactly aren't great. I just hope that Dad's not down here too.
But Arnold's missing. I would have seen Arnold. If he would have come down, I would have met him. He's still in the land of the living. Yeah, as you're having this conversation, talking about your weird and wonderful friends, there is this instant where you feel, when you know that someone is like watching you, you get this just weird sixth sense that we all have.
Yeah.
You can feel that on your shoulder. And Emmeline looks over your shoulder and looks a bit taken aback as you then look behind you and you see coming through the roof is this long elongated arm that is constantly shifting between a bright illustrious gold and a deep liquid crimson. As you gently inspect this arm, you realise that this is the same arm that brought you down here. It is Rhavar Isilri's. What are you doing? And it's like outstretched, trying to grab your hand, basically.
Oh, I run over to my mum and I give her a massive hug and I say to her, I think I have to go. Because I know that she brought me down here, and I want to stay with you, but my work is not done.
I don't think your work is done yet either. I am so glad that we got to spend this time together.
So am I. So am I.
I never thought we'd have this.
No.
As much as I don't want you to take it, you do need to take it. Your dad needs you. Your friends need you. Yeah.
Do you have any idea where Dad might be? Anywhere in the world? Did he ever go missing before?
He never went missing before. I've been dead a long time, darling. I'm sorry. Oh, it's so wonderful to see you. She gives you a little kiss on the cheek.
It was so nice to see you too, Mum, and I will see you soon.
I'll see you in a little bit.
I'll see you in a while.
Actually, yeah, well, I don't know. Time is weird, as I said. But yeah, I hope it's a long time. I hope you live your life so fully.
I've been here before, so I'll be back soon, I'm sure.
She just gives you
And then
a small smile.
And then I just go and I take the hand of Raver.
The last thing you see is just her eyes gently water. It's almost you think a tear might be falling as this hand just takes you and pulls you up through the home. Almost you phase through it, you don't break the roof, but the home just sort of disappears as you are rapidly taken up. You receive the train as well, with just one carriage. And you blink once more, and the warm radiance envelops your body. Yet your vision is still blurry from the blood, and you cough up some more black blood as you jerk upright and cough some blood onto Ravar's gorgeous dress. And that is the end of that scene, because you had that little conversation with Ravar.
Yeah.
But there is a part 2 to this.
Interesting.
So, once you are resting in room 12, and all your friends have left to investigate this scrying orb, you feel like there's a slight twinge where Ravar placed her hand on your shoulder. Do you look at it?
Pardon?
There is a slight twinge, like a little bit of pain, where Ravar put her hand on your shoulder.
Oh, can I sort of... Oh, I don't want to even touch it. I don't want to touch anything that Ravar's... Yeah, is there a mirror in the room I can kind of inspect it in?
Yeah, there's a mirror. Yeah. You unbuckle your blouse and just lower your shoulder cloth. I don't know what I'm talking about. And you notice that there is a handprint which is outlined by this deep black, and it's like sunken into your skin, and then it branches out like sick roots all across your arm and your chest, and you can also assume your back. You basically now have this wicked scar that looks like a tattoo.
Perfect. That's hard. Can I kind of look in the mirror and sort of give myself a little smile, ooh.
Yeah. No, like it complements like your dark blue skin very well. But yeah. While you're inspecting yourself in the mirror, there is a knock on the door. 3 taps. What are you doing?
I'll pull up my blouse and I'll go and look through the peephole.
You see the same red dress. Not much more, as this sort of just completely covers the keyhole.
Oh, alright, can I call out and say, who is it?
It's Ravar. I wish to have an adult conversation without magic.
Okay. I open the door.
You see that she is slightly worse for wear. Like, her hair, it was sort of like this purposeful, beautiful mess. It's now just more of a mess. And her necklace and tiara are just ever so slightly askew. You can tell that for like an Avruumorian noble to be like just slightly out is like a complete and utter shambles, if that makes sense. May I come in?
Oh gosh, yes. Sorry, peasant here. Sit down. Do you want me to lock the door? Are you okay?
That would be good. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can I get you a tea or a coffee? I think they've got something to make that kind of stuff in here. And I sort of nervously rush around trying to find anything I can offer her.
No, I'm fine. Just sit down, my love.
Okay. And I'll sit down just on the edge of the bed next to her.
I overstepped. My anger consumed me, and I should not have killed you. And I wish this to remain a secret between us.
Yeah, listen, I'm sorry for looking through your stuff. I get it. I wouldn't be too happy if someone was going through my things, so I understand.
How did you get in, by the way?
I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve, I guess. I did a little bit of a misty step moment. Just looked through your keyhole. Sorry.
Keyhole. Smart. It won't
Thank
happen
you.
Again. It won't happen again, though.
Oh, God.
I think we can agree that on a story of you just stumbled into my room and you accidentally touched something that was poisonous, and I thankfully came back and saved you.
Yeah. No sweat about that. Don't think anyone's going to believe an old pirate anyway.
And I still want to carry on this deal with Tilman.
Okay. Yeah.
Any information, you need to tell me immediately.
Okay, and how do you want me to contact you?
I'll be here.
Okay, so come back here.
Yes. Just not through any of my things.
Yeah. Don't worry, no more keyhole business, eh?
There won't be an opportunity for that anyway. Amazing, that is pretty much it. As she will get up and go for the door. She turns around for a moment. I just want to let you know that if you dare tattle anything to anyone, report that I killed you to that slimy ever-resisters or any of his amateur pets like Mado or Tailwind, I will find your father before you do. I just have more resources. In your words, I had a better education. Then I will find you, and I will make you watch him be eaten by my beasts, piece by piece, chunk by chunk. Is that clear?
Yeah. Yes, that is clear. Before you go, I know it sounds silly, but are you all right?
She just gives a slight smile, opens the door and leaves.
Okay. And then I run over to the door, lock the door, and then I just stand with my back to it and slowly sink into a fetal position and just go, fuck.
And yeah, that will be the end of that little bonus session. There you go.
Oh my god. How am I gonna... Shit.
Yeah.
I've made so many deals with people. Fuck! Why have I done this?
Yeah, you're a little hickety pickety. Yeah.
But to be fair, I should have known that it would all, because I mean, my literal class is I made a deal.
Yeah, no, so you are like making deals with everyone. You're like, I'm gonna be a warlock and I'm gonna make a pact with you, and a pact with you, and a pact with you, even though none of you can give me spells.